Will, A Wonderful World is an interactive novel from Circle Entertainment where you play as a god whose duty is to change the fate of any human who asks for your help. You play as Myth, a young girl with amnesia who finds out that she is a god with the power to change fate. Guided by a talking dog named Will, you receive prayers in the forms of letters, which you rearrange to change the fate of the humans involved. The game at first seems whimsical and humorous, but be warned, all is not as it seems. The game opens with a disclaimer, and rightly so, as many of the storylines you encounter are dark and twisted, leaving you to question if you really are helping the humans or not. The narrative premise of Will is based upon the butterfly effect, where changing the actions of one character can alter the fate of another. This is done by rearranging segments within the letters to change the turn of events. With multiple endings available for each scenario, the aim early on in the game is to achieve an S ending for every person. But as you progress further, you discover that the best ending isn't always the right one. The gameplay is simple, making it easy to become lost within the narrative. The majority of the story is told through letters, which are accompanied with coloured backgrounds and silhouettes that represent each character, along with music and sound effects that add to the atmosphere, and the occasional artwork to further illustrate the scene. Another mechanic that is used within the letters is to highlight certain words and terms that provide the player with additional information, removing the need for exposition that might otherwise break the flow of the story. A love-struck teen, a girl sold into human trafficking, a rookie cop, and an awkward nerd who has a run-in with a serial killer are just some of the characters that you encounter. There is even a stray cat who asks for your help. While some of the connections between the characters are obvious, it is interesting to see how their fates intertwine as the game progresses, and to understand your true role as a god. Despite at times dealing with heavy themes such as child abuse, rape, and suicide, the narrative structure of the game hooks you, and you can't help but to play on in order to discover what becomes of each character. There are several light-hearted and humorous moments within the game, but this doesn't mean that every character will have a happy ending. Will is not for the faint of heart. It is hard-hitting and often quite graphic, even when unlocking the so-called best outcome. But its character-driven plot makes for a rich narrative that is exciting, emotional, and compelling, even if at times it is slightly flawed.